Welcome back to another episode of OPH Outdoors, guys. And today we are going to be talking about the tournament that me and Skylar fished in. So I decided to make this video because I think it would be a good educational video for people either trying to get into tournament fishing or already have been, or maybe looking for some tips, or even for just anybody that likes fishing lakes. So I know we posted on our social medias how we were going to fish this tournament. In the last video I said I would make this video. But me and Skylar fished a tournament. It was an open bass tournament, and it was by Ohio Mega Bass. It was at Allen Creek, and there ended up being 73 boats total in this tournament. So yeah, 73 boats. First, I'm going to go through what exactly happened the week before, or what the weather was like. So what I think really made a big impact on the final standings of the tournament is 2 days before the tournament happened, we had a huge cold front that came in. It ended up getting like down into the 50s, 40s, 50s those days, and it just stayed cold. And before that, it was hot out. The weather was awful. It was just really bad weather patterns that happened that week, and yeah, so it was an ideal time to be fishing, so I think that played a big impact. So with that being said, we are going to get into what we did prior to the tournament, what we did at the tournament, and then we'll show some clips of the tournament, and then we'll go over what we should have done. So first, we'll get over what we did before the tournament. Alright, so for tournament prep, me and Skylar did several things. We didn't have that much time the week of the tournament to get out there and fish, so we went the weekend prior to the tournament and a few weekdays, a week and a half before the tournament to fish that lake. We went out, first day we went out, we scanned a lot of water. We went to a bunch of spots we've never fished before, trying to find new spots for the tournament, and there just happened to be another tournament out there that day. So there were a bunch of other people out on the lake fishing their spots, which didn't really help at all for us because we've never fished those spots, so we couldn't find anything there when we were pre-fishing. But for the most part, we scanned a bunch of the lake, and we looked for spots for the tournament. We did this the first day in our kayaks. So we pedaled, I think, about 12 to 13 miles that first day, just going a bunch of shoreline looking for different spots for us to fish. Wasn't that successful. We didn't find anything. We tried north up, or like the northern part of the lake. We couldn't find many good spots. We couldn't mark even any fish on our fish finders. No good drop-offs or no good brushing down in the water or anything. So yeah, after that we pedaled down to the south end where we normally fished a lot of our normal spots, and we caught a few bass. We got, I think, like 5 bass that day total once we got down there, and we're like, well, it's getting to the time we have to leave. We'll do the rest when we come back again. So comes day 2 of pre-fishing. We get there, we pre-fish it, we fish our normal way that we do, and we caught a few bass. We found out what we needed to catch them on, and we had some decent luck on it. So we fished it, found our spots, had good patterns there, and caught multiple fish in each spot. Nothing of size, but we still caught fish there. And yeah, so we thought we had our spots all figured out. Come the next time, third day of pre-fishing. We go back out, we were going to fish it like it was a tournament. We went to each one of our spots and fished it. Good. Same patterns as what we were the last time. Caught great fish those days again. Caught a bunch of fish that day too. I think like 13 fish, and all of them being about a pound or bigger. And yeah, so we caught a lot more fish on the exact same patterns what we did originally. So we're like, great, we're going to do good. We're gonna be able to get our 5 fish limit coming into the tournament. So I think that was the last time we pre-fished. One other thing I didn't mention is also 2 weeks before the tournament, they decided to drain the lake. They drained the lake 3 foot, so any brush that we normally fished along the edge was out of the water. So that made a big impact too on how we were catching the fish, or how we were going to catch the fish, because a lot of the spots we normally fish weren't in the water. We had to find new spots in the new water. So now let's get into tournament day. Tournament day, we get there. There was 40 boats registered. There ended up being 39 or 32 more boats that came up, and or 32 or 33 boats that came and registered the day of. Get out there. We were boat 19. We take off, get to our spot. Only one there. Fish in our first spot, 30 minutes, nothing, not even a bite. And it was colder than what it had been. We had that cold front come in, and then we had that one more cold day, but it was colder than the cold front was in that morning. So we fished there, didn't have any luck. Went to our next spot. Fished there, didn't have any luck. Went to our next spot. Fished, didn't have any luck. And we were beat. We were like, we don't know what we're going to do. We kept on fishing all of our spots, never found anything. So this was about 3 hours into the tournament. We were like, well, like we need to get, we need to go. We need to fish like what we do for fun in the summer and spring and fall and everything. When we normally come fish this lake, not tournament fishing, we gotta go fish the exact same way. So we went, we fished our normal spots that we normally do, but we're fun fishing, not trying to rush or anything, not trying to tournament fish, just to try to get a few fish in the boat. No fish about 3 hours into the tournament. So when we started doing that, within 15 minutes of doing it, we caught one fish. That's going to be what we're going to put up here in a minute into the video. So we caught one fish, and yeah, we'll get into the actual footage of the lake right now. We haven't seen one thing of bait fishing all day. You want to go back here a little bit? Just where that tree is? Huh? And then cut across. I don't know. Yep. Dude, it's a decent one. It's a decent one. It's a decent one. It's a good one. 2-pounder. Come on. Come on, come on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yes, dude. Dude, yes. You want to fill the live well? Here. I got him. Okay. That's a decent one. 1.5 pounder.
There we go. That was off that.
That was right on that mud line. All right. First fish, dude. Good sign, good sign. Just hand me one. Doesn't matter which one.
One, there you go. Number one. Keep up there and fish. Don't worry about the fish. I'll make sure they stay alive, all right?
All right. I'm gonna get back in there. I'm stuck. So there we go. We were, there was the footage of us. As you saw, we started fishing, or we started the film right there at the point where we caught our first fish, which was about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, when the tournament started at 8:30. So yeah, it was rough in the morning. We end up going, I'm not sure if I have it on video or not. I'm not sure if I put it in there on video or not, but we end up going across the lake to another one of our good spots that we tried early in the morning and didn't have any luck. Fished. I had one on, almost out of the boat. He was holding on to the back of my Keitech and he spit it. So missed him. Didn't have any more bites after that. So yeah. Now let's get into what we should have done, or what we can learn from this tournament. So one big thing that I think me and Skylar learned is we need to be prepared for that change of weather, or the change of the bite, to where specifically they weren't up shallow anymore. They went and they moved back down into the deeper water again for the tournament. And that's where the fish were being caught out of, was deeper water. So yeah, we need to learn to adjust to that. We need to have more spots, and I think we have to have more deep water spots. Personally, we haven't fished deep water much at all, um, in general. So we had no idea of any deep water spots. We didn't know where to fish. We didn't know how to fish it, or anything like that. We didn't pre-fish for that because we weren't patterning them anything except up shallow. So that's one thing that I think we should have done. So actually, that's two: find more spots and fish deeper spots. So yeah. Other than that, we just need to stay in the game longer. I think we started getting down later in the day because we weren't catching any fish, and that didn't help our mental state at all. And I think if we would have stayed positive, we might have been able to stay in it longer, and maybe that would have helped us catch more fish because we would have actually thought right and thought about what we need to do to catch those. So yeah. Other than that, there's a few things which might have hurt us. Is I still had 2 graphs that didn't do much on my boat. I had really old Lowrance units. I couldn't mark any spots on the fish finder. Now I will have Helix 9s on my boat to where I can mark and everything on the fish finders, and we can just go back and forth with looking at that and actually having specific spots instead of just having to go by eyes and maybe not fishing the right spots. So yeah, we'll be able to have consistent spots and have the exact locations now with the fish finders. And yeah, so, well, thank you guys for staying around and listening to this educational tournament fishing video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're wanting to get into more videos of us tournament fishing, we will this next spring and summer, so stay tuned, and we'll have more videos coming up soon. So stay tuned, turn on the bell down below, and make sure you're subscribed to see all the latest content, guys. Thanks for watching.